I'm not going in there thinking, oh, I can't hurt this guy. But I'm not going in there at the same time. I'm trying to knock him out. I'm trying to, fight my fight. And if the knockout is there, then of course I'm going to take it.
And listen, I told my boy Jazz, I already caught the biggest fish in Texas. About to get out here and get it in. Y'all see the water. I know who the #1 fisherman is. Even big fish get caught.
Terence Crawford isn't messing around. He's training like a madman, getting bigger, stronger, and more aggressive for his showdown with Canelo Alvarez on September 13th.
We back in the gym, and I got my hair done. Shout out to the braider. My hang time. We've been working all day. All day we've been working, baby. All day.
Anyone who thought Crawford would sit back and let Canelo control the build-up was dead wrong. He proved that by unexpectedly showing up at the Canelo versus William Scull press conference, nearly turning it into a full-blown brawl.
We'll get Scull in May and Canelo Crawford in September, because then that adds more interest into the Canelo Crawford fight, because it's Crawford going to challenge the undisputed champ, which gives Canelo more clout for becoming undisputed twice at 68 in this era where there are a bunch of young, hungry lions, and it gives Crawford the ability to become a 3-time undisputed.
But this wasn't just a random act of aggression, it was a warning, a message. Crawford isn't just coming for Canelo, he's coming to make a statement. And he's not the only one sending signals. Even coaches are speaking up, making it clear that Crawford is taking this fight more seriously than anything in his career. Strength and conditioning coach Rob Acosta is already raising concerns, warning that Crawford might be in for a rude awakening. Acosta and many fans believe Crawford is making a massive mistake by bulking up to 180 pounds through sheer eating instead of gradually adapting his body to the new weight class. He ate his way up to 180. Understand that. He didn't work out his way up to 180, Acosta said, practically shaking his head at Crawford's approach.
John, to be honest, I don't know who's going to win that fight. I think Canelo has a lot of power up there. I feel like Canelo will win that fight, to be honest. I think he has a lot of skills and power at that weight. I think he's comfortable up there. I think I see Canelo winning that fight, yeah.
But if you think Crawford is worried, think again. He's training like an absolute beast, sparring bigger opponents and pushing himself beyond his own limits. He's convinced that his speed, power, and skill will be enough to overcome Canelo's size and experience at 168 pounds. That confidence is exactly why he crashed Canelo's press conference in the first place. Crawford wanted to send a message to let Canelo know he's not here for a payday. He's here to take everything.
And still, he want $200 million for Benavidez, and he want $150 million to fight me. So that just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his legacy.
Of course, William Scull wasn't thrilled. The IBF super middleweight champion already feels disrespected, with fans and media treating his May 3rd fight against Canelo as an afterthought. To him, all this Canelo versus Crawford talk is an insult.
I want him to be uncomfortable. That's going to be a key for me. And then, when the time comes, I want to shut everybody up that already has the September fight in mind.
He believes everyone is overlooking him, assuming Canelo will win and move on to the mega fight with Crawford. And honestly, who can blame him for being pissed off? Even Turki Al-Sheikh, the man behind these massive Saudi Arabian boxing events, is already hyping up Canelo versus Crawford, as if Scull doesn't even exist. But let's be real, does Scull even stand a chance? Sure, he's got the height, reach, and hunger, but Canelo is a different animal. And if Crawford is already trying to get under Canelo's skin, that tells you just how real this upcoming war is going to be.
I'm about to be a 2-time undisputed fighter, so that's all about.
You mentioned the Cuban style up there. What other challenges does Scull present to you, though?
Oh, he's a very skillful fighter. He's have a lot of talent, and but I've been in the with all kind of the styles, so I can adapt myself.
The thing is, Crawford isn't just battling Canelo in the ring. He's also facing doubters outside of it. Many fans believe he's making a huge mistake by skipping the middleweight division entirely and jumping straight to 168. They argue he should have tested himself at 161st, maybe against someone like JC Allen Connolly, to adjust to the power of bigger fighters. Instead, he's relying on sheer confidence and his track record of dominating lower weight classes.
Canelo fans, please pray for Canelo. He's about to fight William Scull in Saudi. Pray for Canelo, bro. Pray for Canelo, bro.
Bro, but don't you get it? Canelo will never lose because Turkey needs him to win.
Yeah, he's not gonna lose.
There's no way Turkey gets his Crawford fight if Canelo loses, so that's not happening.
It's a deeper, darker criminal link. I don't trust it. Pray for Canelo.
And let's not ignore the elephant in the room. Canelo has taken punches from some of the hardest hitters in boxing. This is a man who's gone to war with Gennady Golovkin multiple times, fought at light heavyweight, and absorbed shots from fighters much bigger than Crawford. So what makes Crawford think he can just walk in and take over? That's exactly why his actions at the press conference were so telling. That near brawl wasn't just about hyping the fight, it was frustration, anger, and raw determination spilling over. Crawford knows the odds are stacked against him, and he knows people doubt his ability to handle a fighter like Canelo. But instead of letting that shake his confidence, he's using it as fuel.
I think a lot of Canelo fans, for some reason, they know that there's no excuse. If he loses to Bud, this is a huge mark on his resume. If he beats Bud, he does beat a very accomplished fighter in this era. But there's no ready-made excuses in this fight for Canelo. Canelo should win this fight. And Canelo hasn't been in a fight that, you know, there's no excuses. As far as a big fight, there's no excuse.
Crawford's camp is filled with believers, people convinced he can shock the world. They're doing everything possible to ensure he's in the best shape of his life because they know this isn't just another title fight. This is legacy defining. This is the fight that will either cement Crawford as one of the greatest of all time or prove he bit off more than he could chew. But Canelo Alvarez is making one thing crystal clear. He's not underestimating Terence Crawford. In fact, he's already dissecting Crawford's record, questioning whether Bud truly deserves his undefeated status.
Terence Crawford, I see he wants to fight. He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better. No, Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He's a good fighter, but you know, like I say, he's weight classes for a reason.
Canelo isn't just focused on their September fight. He's already setting the tone with mental jabs, fueling what's shaping up to be a heated showdown. One major talking point: Crawford's win over Israel Madrimov. Canelo flat out disagrees with the judges, insisting Crawford should have taken a loss that night. For me, I think he lost, Canelo stated, doubling down on his belief that Madrimov did enough to win. At best, he sees it as a draw, but a clear Crawford victory. He's not buying it, and he's not alone. Many fans also don't believe Crawford deserved the win.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch.
I always say, I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is. But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence.
Tell you what I think should be gone. The notion that Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jamel Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rock?
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.